Every night in New Hampshire, something very special happens on the first warm, rainy nights of spring, maybe even in a place near you. As winter's grip releases, the nights grow shorter, and each day the sun climbs higher in the sky. Snow melts and the frozen ground softens. The magic is about to begin. In the forest, hidden underground, all kinds of frogs and salamanders are stirring. They are amphibians, cold-blooded animals that can either freeze or burrow deep enough in the earth to survive the winter. In their forest homes, they warm up and wait. It is almost time for them to gather in wet places to breed, often where they themselves were born. Depending on their species, females will deposit eggs in water sacs in wetlands or vernal pools, small depressions in the earth filled by melting snow. But first they must get to these places, and the journey can be treacherous. After sunset, on the first wet night or nights of late winter or spring, when the temperature rises to 40 or above, the amphibians start to move as if on cue, all together. In some places called hot spots, you might see hundreds of amphibians on the move in only a few hours. For this reason, we call these events big nights. People who witness these mass migrations know how miraculous they are. A whole world in our backyards that we might never know exists if we don't go out after dark looking for it. How do they know where to go? Why do they all move at once? Then, just like that, it's over. Over weeks or months, the amphibians and their young will migrate back to dry land. If only we had a lizard robot hospital for injured salamanders, as imagined by one of our young cranky painters, because, unfortunately, If amphibians must cross a road to get to their breeding grounds, they may not make it. As they move en masse, it takes only a few cars to kill or wound many amphibians. Some species are very rare and are possibly in danger of disappearing, like the blue-spotted salamander and the northern leopard frog. Both are among a number of species of greatest conservation need. Imagine a world without frogs and salamanders, without the nightly song of peepers or the bullfrog that tell us the earth has woken up from its winter slumber. Amphibians are an integral part of the web of life, making up the biodiversity that humans depend on for food, medicine, joy, and connection. Their songs and colorful presence nurture our souls and remind us that we are part of nature too. By protecting them, we protect the forests and the water that we depend on as well. Fortunately, there are people who want to help. Every year, salamander crossing brigades fan out across New Hampshire on big nights when they occur in their town. Made up of trained volunteers, the brigades help amphibians across roads and count the number of animals and species they see. They send their data to organizations like the Harris Center for Conservation Education in southwestern New Hampshire, so we can track how these animals are faring and how many are killed on roads. As more hotspots and vernal pools are identified, these precious places can be protected from pollution and development. Keene, New Hampshire, actually purchased and conserved land containing an amphibian hotspot. Other towns in New England support safe passage by building crossings under roads in locations that are especially dangerous for amphibians. Where will you be on big night? Look around. Is there a vernal pool or wetland adjacent to woodlands near you? Grab a bright flashlight, take a walk, and be sure and write down what you see. Try hard not to drive after dark on big nights, and watch where you step. Those peepers can be hard to spot. You could save many amphibian lives simply by leaving your car at home. Encourage your town to be frog friendly all year long. Amphibians are your neighbors too.